Hey guys, so I already did one eye off camera, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the tutorial. So the first thing I always prime with right now is the Louise Base, and this is in the shade number 2. So now we're gonna move on to the eyeshadow, and the palette I'm gonna be playing with is this Kylie. It doesn't have a name. I think it was one of her summer palettes from a year or two ago. So the first shade that I'm gonna be using for my crease is gonna be this one right here, and it's called Suns Out, Buns Out. And I'm just gonna start to tap this all in the crease. So I'm just starting it in the crease and I'm blending it back and forth. And you really just wanna start to diffuse that color and spread it out nice and evenly. Next, I'm gonna be going in with this shade right here called Need a Tan, and I'm gonna place that lower onto my crease. This is the M433 brush. As you can see, it's a lot smaller and a little more dense than the first brush we used. So the smaller the brush, the more intense your eyeshadow will apply. Now I'm gonna go back with that first fluffy brush and the lighter color. And I'm gonna go back to really merge the two colors together. So I'm just taking that shade and I'm blending in between. And then with the smaller brush, I'm gonna go back to Need a Tan and just reapply that in case the shade was lost while we blended it out. Next, we're gonna move on to cutting the crease. If you wanna intensify the color even further, go ahead, but I just wanna keep it light, not too dark on the eye. So yeah, we're going to move on. So to cut the crease, I'm gonna be using my Louise Base in the shade 2 that we primed the eye with. So a little trick that I like to do, you guys, that I'm gonna show you how to like evenly cut your crease. I'm just gonna dab some right here, smack on the eye just like that, and then look up and then straight. And as you can see, it transferred right there. So now I'm just gonna pretty much eyeball cutting the crease all around. If you need more help, you can always like go right here and look up, and as you can see, it's starting to create the cut crease. So that's a nice little trick that you can do to help you do a perfect cut crease. Another tip is if you tap your brush with a decent amount of product, you'll create a nice line. Sometimes if you swipe it, it can make your line look not as crisp, kind of blurry even. So just really take your time going slow and building up that nice crescent arch. Another tip, you guys, is you want to use a very thin flat brush. That's gonna help you to get a really clean line as well, because if your brush is chunky and thick, again, the line is not gonna be crisp and clean. So it really comes down to like having the correct tools when you are doing your makeup. Now I'm gonna take this fluffy shadow brush and I'm just gonna tap in where it's on the edges. Now this has no product on it at all. I'm just using it to blend away this edge right here, just to soften it. So when we put on eyeshadow, we won't get a harsh line of concealer when you try to blend a color over it. For the lid shade, I'm gonna be taking this matte vanilla-like shadow, and this is in the shade Always In. So while my base is still wet, I'm gonna be taking a fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm just gonna take that and pack that all over the lid. Okay, so I want the lid shade to be a tad lighter, so I'm just taking this Huda Beauty. I'm dipping into this, just using one shade, and I'm gonna be taking this color right here. Oh, let me move in. And I'm gonna be taking this shade Momentum because it's a bit lighter than the one in the Kylie palette. And I'm gonna go on top of the lid with this color. And now we're gonna dip back into the Kylie palette, and I'm gonna be taking these two mixed together. I'm taking the first fluffy brush that we use, the M441, and I'm gonna just blend out the very edge, just like so. Kind of just keeping my brush right here. I don't want it to go in too far. I kind of just want to blend out the edge. I'm gonna switch to the M433 and just dip into the darker shade that we used. And I'm gonna concentrate it right here, just so that we can have more pigment on the outer edge. Perfect. So you guys can see it's just very nice, soft, and simple. Like I said, if you want to add more colors, if you want to go in with a burgundy to intensify it more, go ahead. Like I said, I just want to keep this very neutral and light, but still dramatic. So that's why I'm going with this color palette. So moving on, I'm going to show you guys how I got the glitter liner part on the cut crease. You're more than welcome to just stop right here and put on lashes if glitter's not your thing, but I feel like it adds a really fun pop to the eye look since it's so matte. I'm going to be taking the Milani Hypnotic Lights liquid eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Luster Light. I'm just going to take that on a brush and carefully line the very edge. So what I like to do is just put some of that on the back of my hand and take that flat brush that we used to cut the crease. I cleaned it. So I'm going to be using that again. And you guys, this really shows you that you don't have to buy a lot of brushes to create a really cool look. Okay, you guys, so as you can see, we have the crease cut and it's looking so bomb. And I'm gonna take it another step further because I'm extra, and I'm gonna take this really fun glitter from Lemonhead. I've used it on my channel before, and I'm gonna just go over that. I'm gonna tap this chunky glitter over that line to make it more, luminous. Look at this. Like, look how gorgeous compared to this. This side is cute too, but this one, I love the blue reflex. So if you do like this is in the shade Adult Film. But I have that on the tip of my brush, so what I'm gonna do is just tap it lightly. And look at that. Now, know when to say enough is enough. Remember, we're just using this as a topper, so don't go overboard. But yeah, guys, this is the look. I'm just gonna be taking this shade again from the Huda palette on the flat shader brush, and I'm gonna highlight the brow bone with this color. All right, guys, and that's pretty much the eyes. I'm just gonna go off camera to add some liner and lashes, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and put my lashes on, put some contacts in, and took my scarf off. Comment down below what you think of this new hair, guys. I actually like it, and it was just the hairstylist vision for me, so I trusted her, and yeah, I like it. So if you like it too, I'll leave down below the information of the hairstylist that colored and installed this wig for me. It's just a blonde wig, and the wig I got from somebody else. I'll comment down below her Instagram as well if you guys are interested in that. Moving on to the face, the first thing I'm going to do is moisturize, and I'm going to be taking the Tatcha Water Cream Moisturizer. Next, I'm going to go in with two primers. So the first one I'm going to use is the Milk Hydrogrip, and I'm going to apply that all around my perimeter, leaving the T alone. For my second primer, I'm gonna be taking a pore filling one just because I have large pores in this area. I'm gonna be taking the Smashbox Photofinish Pore Filling Primer. It's the purple one. They do have a few primers in the same packaging. And I'm just gonna apply that right here and really just rub it in. I'm gonna take some translucent powder and I'm gonna set that on the areas we use that pore filling primer, just to lock in the primer so that it doesn't move when we put on our other products. I just know that Jackie Aina does this, so I just wanted to see if it works, to be honest. This is my first time kind of trying it. Okay, cool. So now that we've done that, I'm gonna spritz my face with this Youth to the People hydrating spray, just to re-dampen the skin from the powder, and then we're gonna go on with foundation. All right, for foundation, you guys, I want to try something different than what I usually go for. So I went in my closet and I found these. So I have the Superstay foundation from Maybelline in the shade 310. And then I have this Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 340 Cappacino. So I'm just gonna mix these and see if they come out my shade. You guys, I'm actually very impressed with how good this came out. Because I just did get a tan yesterday and this was completely like, I didn't even test if those colors would blend good, but okay, I like it. And it's a matte foundation, so me putting those hydrating things underneath really just balances everything perfect. So first I'm gonna take my Milani concealer, which is basically like my skin tone, maybe a little lighter since I got tan. I'm gonna go in with this one first because I just love how it works on the skin. Like, it's just so nice. I can't put it down. Okay, and while that's sitting, I'm gonna take some cream contour and I'm just gonna go and apply that on my cheeks. I'm gonna go in with a stippling brush and I just like to blend out my contour with this, just because I feel like it blends it the most like airbrush. It gives the most airbrush effect. When you're doing your makeup, maybe it helps to wear a scarf if you're just, you know, practicing and just starting. Like, keep makeup away from it as best as you can. Oh, look at this concealer. It's just so, it's that good. Oh, I love it. Okay, so for the second layer of concealer, I'm gonna highlight, which means just to brighten in certain areas. So I'm taking this Fenty Concealer and this is in the shade 300. As you can see, it's significantly lighter than the previous one. So I'm gonna do a little bit, not too much because I don't wanna get cakey. Now I'm baking just because I have under eye creases. So if I don't bake, you guys, the concealer is just gonna bunch up and move around. And I don't want that. So if baking suits your skin, do it. If not, then just set it how you usually set it. But this is how I'm doing it. So while this is sitting for a bit, I'm gonna finish my under eye shadow. So I'm gonna go back in with that second to darkest shade that we use for the eyes. And this is a little flat shader brush. I'm just gonna run that along the lash line. Cool, easy. All right, simple. So now I'm gonna take a little brush and just wipe away all of that bake that we placed under the eye. Also, you guys, if you have a lace, try to sweep in inwards. That way you're not flicking the powder and the color towards your lace and then getting makeup on it. So now we're gonna contour our face. I'm gonna be using the Hoola bronzer by Benefit. For the brush, I'm gonna be using this one by Morphe, and it is the E4 brush. Next, I just want to highlight a little bit under my eyes. So I'm just going to take this Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 222. This is like a lighter, peachier shade, so I like to tap that under the eye. We are almost done, you guys. So for blush, I'm taking a new favorite that I can't put down. It's the Milani blush, and this is in the shade Wild Rose. I've noticed in my tutorials that I kind of go ham on the blush a lot, so I'm gonna try to keep it a little light-handed, if you will, this time. That other brush wasn't really applying the color like I wanted it to. Oh yeah, here we go. Woo, stippling brushes for the win. I've been trying to learn when to stop with blush just because I love how it looks so much. I love looking like a little doll. Boom. Okay, that's good. And then I like to take a little and just run it on the bridge of my nose. All right, so for highlighter, I'm gonna be kind of dipping into a bunch of stuff. Hopefully this kind of helps to show you guys that everything is universal, so you can literally mix and match anything you want. There's absolutely no rules to makeup. I'm gonna be taking this shade right here called Heat Wave. It's a nice bronze color, and then I'm gonna mix that with this Wet n Wild highlight. This is the Mega Glow highlighter in the shade Golden Flower Crown. So you can see this is a lot lighter and champagne-y. And I'm mixing these two, you guys, because I've been trying something where your highlight is a little like dimmer, if you know what I mean. Like it's darker where it's like almost your skin tone. This has no extra product in it, by the way. It's just me grabbing the brush and blurring the edge of your blush, bronzer, and highlight. And then for my nose highlight, I'm just gonna take Flower Crown by itself and just apply that to the nose. I'm taking my MAC Fix setting spray and I'm gonna set the perimeter of my face. Well, I'm gonna lightly mist my whole face basically, but try not to, this is a hydrating spray, so try not to focus it too much in the T. That way it doesn't get too oily. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with one more highlighter, you guys, just to kind of spotlight a certain area. That way in pictures, you guys, that should be popping. So I'm gonna take the Amrezy Anastasia highlighter, and as you can see, it's a very light gold. It's so beautiful on the skin, but it's, for me personally, it's way too light to wear alone. That's why I kind of have to layer it on top to make it work, but it's still a great highlighter. So to finish off the whole face, I'm gonna take my MAC Fix again just to go over the perimeter strictly. And then for the center, I'm gonna take an oil control spray. This is by Volition, and it's their oil mattifying mist. All right, guys, so my face is dry, and look how flawless I look. Oh my God. And I have nowhere to go. This is so aggravating. So for the lips, I want to do something peachy pink brownie. When I say brownie, I mean the lip liner. So for the lip liner, I'm using the NYX lip liner in the shade Nutmeg, and I'm just gonna line my lips. I love this lip liner. So for lipstick, I'm gonna go into this NYX Lip Cream palette. So I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. And I'm gonna mix these two together and apply it directly onto the lip. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of a darker lip liner. This is Cold Brew by NYX, and I'm gonna lightly line the very edge of my lips just to make them more poutier. I want to make it a little more bright in the center, so I'm gonna take this MAC lipstick. It's the one where they collabed with Patrick Starr, I think last year for Christmas or the year before that, but it's basically a light peachy nude. I'm gonna take some of that and apply it strictly to the center of the lips. Okay, so this is looking bomb beautiful. However, that is a lip cream palette, so it doesn't dry down. It does not dry down matte. So what I'm gonna do is take some translucent powder and dust that all over the lip. Okay, you guys, this looks so this is a beat. Like, I would wear this for my birthday type beat. I want to add a little bit of gloss to like the top of the lip and just to give it a little bit of a pout look. So I'm going to take this clear lip gloss from Too Faced, and it's their Melted Latex. So as you can see, I'm just applying it strictly to the Cupid's bow right here. Since the eyes are matte, I figure like adding the gloss would be a nice balance. This is the final look, you guys. This is my full cut crease beats, and it's very neutral tones. It's the tones I love, basically, and it kind of goes with my hair. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this whole tutorial. I hope you guys are staying safe during this quarantine. Let's try to get everyone healthy again. Stay inside, wash your hands, wear your masks. Now they're telling everybody that if you have a mask, you should wear it outside. But other than that, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, I hope you guys really liked this tutorial. If you did, comment down below. Let me know what type of other videos you want to see. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and follow all of my social media to stay connected with me and to keep updated with my videos or content that I put out. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a great week, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.